Am I wrapped up enough in fairy lights? Now there is a reason why I've come back to Porthcaris Divers, and that reason's pretty simple. Well, for me it is anyway. When I was at the Van Lifers United event last week, I got asked where in Cornwall is my favourite place to stay. And I said here, and there's many reasons for that, which you'll see in this video. It just reminded me that one, I've not been there in this van yet, and two, it was time to just pop in and say hello. Hello ladies. So I was going to ask you, are you happy, like I've got a disposable barbecue, can I use that at all or not?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah?
Just as long as they don't burn the grass.
Okay, well I'll probably be on the pebbles. Also I've got something for you, it's nothing interesting, but I'll just go and grab it. Like I said, it's nothing interesting, but it's just some stickers.
Oh, lovely. Shall we just...
So they're just there, so if people say that they're here because they've seen the videos, then just give them a sticker.
Cool.
Thanks, see you later.
Bye.
So my initial thought was I'm going to come here and go paddleboarding because I brought my paddleboard, but they've just informed me that there's octopus in the water here and that I should go snorkeling. So this was all here?
Yeah, just off the shore dive. Loads of snorkelers have been spotting them as well as divers.
And you reckon just over where these rocks are?
Just round those rocks.
So I'm going to do that. Now you see, to me, this is heaven on earth. The problem that I've got isn't just the fact that I don't have a working GoPro now, well I do, but it's that old one and I've probably not charged it. But the last time I went snorkeling, I haven't actually washed my wetsuit or anything since I last went in the sea, so that's going to be fun. Now what I could do is just empty it out and hopefully it will dry a little bit before I actually get suited. And it's covered in sand, even better. Do you know what? I just met a lovely lady called Lorraine who's actually visited this particular beach because she's seen my videos. Do you know how good that makes me feel? Not only am I generating them a little bit of business, but it's also influencing like-minded people to enjoy the spots that I love. So I have a little bit of a problem. It's not a problem, I will overcome it. But normally, when I go snorkeling, I'll take the GoPro. For avid watchers of this channel, you'll know that this GoPro Hero 12 is done, dusted, out the window. I have decided I am going to go and get a DJI Osmo Action 5, but I've just not got around to it yet. So I can't use that in the sea. This is my old Hero 7. I mean, I've not switched it on in so long, the battery's completely dead. The Hero 11 has never worked, so I'm probably going to have to use this, which is the Insta360 Go 3. Now, this whole section with its flip-up screen is not waterproof. The only way that this is going to work is if I take this part in the sea with me. And the last time I did that, I lost one of these, but I was paddleboarding. But my dilemma comes down to this. I've got no way of mounting it to my float, which I normally throw on the floor, which I normally hold when I'm making these videos when I'm snorkeling. Now this does come with a little magnetic like tripod mount that it can magnetize to, and then you can use it, but I can't find it. It's not in the van. I must have left it at home. So I'm probably gonna have to use this in the sea and just hold it like this. At least if I drop it, I should be able to find it. Oh God, it's so... It's wet and sandy, but as it's a nice warm day, the coolness of my wetsuit is actually cooling me down quite nicely. I always tend to carry one of these when I go in the sea, and I literally just ball it up and then stick it up my sleeve so that if I come across any plastic or anything, fishing nets, then I can collect it as I go around. Actually pretty excited, but I'm not going to get my hopes up that I'm actually going to see any octopus, or that, you know, I'm not going to lose this tiny little camera when I'm out in the water. But we'll see. We will see. The water is so crystal clear today. So she said to head around the rock, so we're going to follow suit. Diving down without a weight belt is not easy. I've pretty much done nearly all the way around this rock and I haven't seen anything. So how did that footage compare to when I'm using a GoPro? I guess we'll have to wait and see. People always ask me where I keep my keys when I go in the sea. Well, today I just kept it in this bag because no one's going to break into my van here, are they? Today's video is sponsored by my favourite suitcase brand, Level 8. And for a while now I've been using this beast, the Voyager. But I found this one a little bit too big for what I need to carry with me inside this smaller van. I mean, don't get me wrong, this suitcase is fantastic for family trips. We spent a bit of time in Devon recently. We pretty much got all of my stuff, all of my wife's stuff, and both of our children, all of their clothes and nappies and everything, all in this one suitcase. So I've decided I'm going to order another one, a smaller one, which is more suited for this van. And the reason why I'm getting another Level 8, not only because they're sponsoring this video, I cannot fault the build quality. And it all comes down to its German-made Macrolon polycarbonate construction that makes these suitcases built to last. It's been proven strong enough to even hold the weight of my son. Not only are they strong, it's also got a very strong pull handle made out of aluminium, and the maneuverability is second to none based on the 360-degree spinner wheels. So I think I need to crack on and get it ordered. So I think I'm going to go for a carry-on, and I'm looking at the Hedgent carry-on luggage. I actually think this is a much more sort of manageable size, like the yellow one that I've got already. It also has TSA approved locks as well, and it comes with their fantastic spinner wheels. So all in all, I think this is everything that I'm going to need, but it's going to be in a much more compact space so that I can use it for shorter trips in the van and even probably just store it under my bed. Also, if I use my discount code lovesundays, you will also get 10% off. And also it's worth mentioning as well that standard shipping is completely free. So if you are looking for some new travel luggage and you're a bit concerned that this might be a little bit too big for your camper van, don't worry, there are plenty other products on their website. And if you check out my link in the description and use my discount code, you will get 10% off. Thank you again to Level 8 for sponsoring today's video. Right. Gonna leave my wetsuit on the stones to dry because why not? Apparently, the guy that used to do food here, which I've never visited by the way, now has a bar. So I might go over there and get a beer. So it's just over here. Apparently he's normally open till 5 and it's 20 past 4, so let's check it out. I think they said his name's Gino, so I'm either going to embarrass myself and call him the wrong name, or I'm going to be alright.
Front of the pub up if you want to fill the front.
Well, I'd like a beer.
Well, we'll open the pub up and get you a nice beer.
You opened it up just for me?
For you!
Is that right?
Come over, please. Go around there, we'll open it up and get you a beer. There you go. The best kept secret.
Look at that for service.
Look, the best kept secret in Cornwall. What would you like?
Got some decent stuff as well.
We have all this, and we've got tap as well.
Excellent. Am I right to pay by card?
Yeah, yeah. Beach one. We can have that one on the house.
No, I'll pay. Do you know what? I always said the only thing missing from this place was a pub. And now they've got one. You know, sat here, everyone's started to leave now. It's so, I almost feel like I need to whisper, it's so peaceful. Sun is absolutely glorious. And considering it's 5 o'clock now, you'd think it would start getting cold about now, but it's not. Don't be put off by the name of this place, Porthkerris Divers. It's called that because you can dive here. They do like boat trips and things. But if you just want to come down and go camping, the lady I was talking to earlier that said she came here because she saw my videos, she doesn't dive. She's come here just to spend the night in her van. If you want a campsite that's not a campsite, that doesn't feel like a campsite, but where you can park right on the beach, then why wouldn't you come here? I forget how beautiful this place is. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my pint, or what's left of it. I'm going to go sit at the van, and then at least then I've got beers in the van as well. I've got something to pour them into. I will not be stealing this cup. I promise. I will drop it off in the morning. Will not be stealing it. Okay, I might steal it.
No,
Right,
Dave
yeah.
Mustard's mum owns a cake shop in the west
wow.
of Scotland. But if you want to go and help yourself, there's a lot of cake in the shop, like lots of cake. She sent a massive box of.
I'm gonna have to go in there now, aren't I?
My God, this is for me and my wife tonight. But there's everything. These are traditional Scottish recipes, but she'll tell you what they are. And you know,
Excellent.
shortbread. That's I don't know what that is.
On the counter.
Oh, wow.
Like a slice?
They are the,
What shall I-
are they the biscuits of Scotland or something?
Empire biscuits, they are.
Are they?
Scotland's national biscuits.
What do you think I should have though?
Have one of
No, the
Have a piece of all of it.
Millionaire shortbread.
This one
That one is
is
amazing.
crumble cake.
Right, so Mexican Sunday.
I'm taking this back to my van.
That's right. Okay.
I'll bring it back tomorrow. I'm not
You can
stealing
keep that
it.
as a souvenir if you really want it.
Well, I was thinking that, but. Do you know what? That's my van's really not straight there. I might have to move it. Oh. Oh, spilled my beer. So I knew it was going to happen. So, obviously I said I originally came here to go paddleboarding, so I now need to work out where I'm going to put this. But I'm just going to put it on the passenger seat in front. So I need to work out what to do, because the van is on a slight kind of downward at that angle. If I sleep with my head up on this side, it's not really going to affect me, is it? Because it's better to have your head higher than your feet. But I could probably park just down here that looks a little bit flatter. Much better. Perfect. It's really hot in the front of the van. Back here is nice and cool because it's insulated, but in the front, unbearably hot. If you're going to eat some sweets, or not eat some sweets, or maybe have one and leave the bag open in the front, do not, because this is what happens. You ready for this? I thought it was going to be all just one big square of Roundtree's randoms, but you know, we've got a few strays. But look at that top bit. Ugh. I mean, it still tastes the same, so got a disposable barbecue for this evening. I don't normally like these, and the only reason is because people tend to leave them behind at the beach. There we go. Now we're cooking. There we go. I'm normally a tribute man, but just fancied something a bit different. I thought I was going to get some company then for a minute. Okay, so for this evening we're going to be cooking Asian style salt and pepper pork belly slices, Persian style flatbreads, and some coleslaw somewhere. Right. Do we think we're ready? This was given to me by, do you all remember Matt from One Blue Eye? He like does beach cleans and then creates things out of plastic. And he's given me this knife, which is made out of recycled plastic. And he said to me, do you think that there would be a market for something like this? And I said, I think it's great. It's come off a beach. Personally, I would want it to come in a box with a name of the beach where the plastic was sourced from. And I think that the majority of you who love Cornwall would probably like that as well. So I'll link Matt's Instagram here. Let him know if you would like one of these knives. We've not really sorted out the branding of it yet. When I used to work in the pub trade, we used to use knives like this to cut lemons, and they're so sharp they'll pretty much cut through anything. So I'm going to use this to cut through this pork. Cut this into little cubes. Bite-sized pieces. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to chuck some of this in here. Bit of coleslaw, boom. Bit of coleslaw, boom. Oh, made a mess. And then we're just going to wrap that up. All civilized, like that. I'm going to move over here just so that I'm away from that flame. Because believe it or not, it's quite warm. Probably could have cooked this flatbread on the barbecue as well. Maybe for the next one, because it's kind of falling apart. Oh yeah. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this, does it? Food cooked on a barbecue, on the beach, with my camper van. Ugh. Okay, don't judge me, I am having another one. But maybe not such a big one. That's what she said. I forgot to bring a chair, that's why I'm just sat on the pebbles. I'm not complaining. Okay, with the toasted flatbread, 10 times better than the first one. Even though the meat's now cold, but this kind of gives it a bit more of a crunch, 100 times better. Well, it looks like that's the last of my son. Well, I can't come to Enquiries without putting my fairy lights up. I've had a lot of requests about this in the past, about where I got this from. It's just off Amazon. I will link it below if you are interested. I mean, it all looks absolutely terrible, but I'm sure that once it's dark and I turn it on, it will look amazing. Or it'll just look as terrible, but lit up. Okay, I know it's not very dark yet, but I'm gonna do it. Ready? Does that make any difference? I mean, granted, it just means that when I want to go to bed tonight, it's going to be really difficult to shut my back doors. That's... Right, well, it's 10:15. Still doesn't look that dark, does it? But it's night time. The van looks so cool like that though, right? Hello, mate. Right, well, on that note, I'll see you in the morning. Good night. There's something very nice about waking up to this. Just realised I left my flip-flops outside all night. so peaceful here. It would have been nice yesterday to have seen an octopus, but I understand. Everyone else that went out there saw them, but there was a lot of divers here. One of the guys I was talking to was saying to me, they're so well at camouflaging themselves, you know, like octopus can change their whole colour based on their surroundings. And they can also, you know, use shells and things to kind of camouflage themselves to their environment. And my problem is, you know, I'm on the surface, everything's quite murky, really deep down, and then I'd have to dive down, hold my breath, and then start looking for an octopus. Scuba diving's probably the way forward. Right, well that's me all packed up. The paddleboard's back in the van, which was a complete waste of time in bringing because obviously I didn't use it, but got to keep your options open. Glad I went snorkeling anyway, because if I hadn't, I'd always be sort of wondering, what if, you know, what if I just happened to miss out on an octopus? And you know, if you don't look, you don't know, do you? So, as always, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that supports the channel through buying me a beer through the link in the description. Also all my members, but also thank you to you and everyone else for watching these videos. I really appreciate it. But other than that, I'll see you next week. Cheers!